I want to speak about forgiveness today, but in a very grounded and rather unconventional way. This is not about the kind that naturally comes after truth. We choose not even forgiveness, and we will get there later in this message. But the kind that is used, consciously or not, as a form of control or moral signaling or even a form of avoidance of discomfort, initial accountability, and especially truth. I truly believe this is something that's rarely spoken about openly or even acknowledged by many spiritual gurus and teachers that we have access to these days. And to be honest, I don't really think many even view this subject in such depth. So the thing is, I have noticed that forgiveness, when unasked and misapplied, can become a power move. And there is nothing to do with healing here. And really the issue isn't forgiveness itself, but rather using forgiveness to skip steps in the nervous system to close something that hasn't been fully processed and replace truth with faster, more comfortable performing arts. This is the way I call it. So in this message, I will not view it as a virtue or something spiritual, but we will view it in terms of what it actually does to our nervous systems in real interactions, and whether we even need forgiveness at all. We will view this subject with biological and psychological lens as well. Okay? So, we are often taught that forgiveness is something to strive for, that it resolves things and brings peace to all. And many self-help books, spiritual gurus, YouTube creators and teachers will even measure your consciousness and awareness levels by the way you apply forgiveness in your life. So if you're really observant, it literally becomes a blind-driven game to play just to receive a sense of approval or accomplishment. But real peace comes only after clarity and after your body has already processed what really happened. After it happens, you won't even need forgiveness. We will get there in a few. But when it is used too early or with wrong intentions, it only creates confusion in your nervous system. Because simply your nervous system tracks reality through experience, lived experience, and not through language or masked feeling performance. It literally registers what happened, how it felt in your body, and was there safety, honesty, alignment, truth, whatever matters for you and to you. So to help you understand better, let's imagine this. Something happened. Maybe there was withholding, lack of truth, a boundary crossed, or violation of agreement, whatever, pick any event. So when this event happens, your body registers it as a sensation and also activation, which, as you remember yourself in these situations, really can show itself like tension, alertness, anger. You might even feel a need to resolve something right here, right now. I mean, we've all been there, really. And that is a natural, healthy response. It's either freeze or fight or flight, And now imagine this. Let's view our first scenario, which is more psychologically applied. So now instead of that being acknowledged, the other person, just imagine after observing your whatever reaction, suddenly says, I forgive you. Doesn't it sound like a red flag? If you felt it's a red flag, you are correct. At a nervous system level, already three things happened instantly. First, they literally tried to reverse roles, as if they are grounded and composed one. And all while it happening, they tried to position you as the one who actually has done something wrong, all while it positioned them as the morally stable one, which actually invites more tension for you to get in your body. Second, they try to skip accountability. Simple. Instead of your system receiving acknowledgement like, yes, that happened, I see it, it receives it's already resolved. So uninvited forgiveness replaced acknowledgement of what really happened. All while your body hasn't resolved it yet, it was still bracing. So the stress response stays incomplete. And that is how activation gets stored in your body. It can be stored in muscles, in organ tissues, in throat, especially throat, as it suppresses and denies what is true and meaningful. And third, your response was literally neutralized. So instead of meeting your reaction, I forgive you was used to soften or even minimize it. And if you felt anger or feeling like you were pushed to form a boundary or clarity, that was your nervous system, healthy nervous system, by the way, trying to restore safety, guys. But I forgive you, that's really uninvited or prematurely granted, literally tells your system you do not need that response anymore in an unhealthy way. So what it really does is that your body has to either suppress what it felt because the case closed, the subject's closed, or hold on to it internally without expressing, which builds up quietly to something that will literally burst in the future. And both reactions require your energy to sustain, no matter if you moved on mentally or not, and no matter if you're conscious of it even or not. And go ahead, try to affect your energetic and physical body by mental body alone. You only express the response when you and your reaction was met, never silenced or sedated. Even if it's not dramatic, it can still feel off to you guys, still, because your nervous system is trying to digest that confusion of two realities, what it literally experienced and what it being told is true. I see that the best thing to do in such scenario is to allow yourself to recognize that something was really rearranged without your participation. And this is where your clarity matters, you guys, because you do not have to accept a role that isn't yours, or a softened boundary that is still true for you, or agree to a resolution that skipped reality. Okay? So this scenario is more about using forgiveness in a manipulative way, more psychological, pushing way. And let's view second scenario that's actually super popular within spiritual communities. And it is when you choose to forgive without gaining clarity and honest view first. So this is where actually forced forgiveness, especially when promoted as something you should do in the name of religion, spirituality, and higher consciousness, works really against you by demanding your life force energy to sustain. If you deliberately override your own experiences too early, Your system doesn't integrate. You literally teach it to adapt, which in turn teaches you to disconnect from all bodily signals. This is why something like that can really feel quietly destabilizing on the long term. It teaches that access without repair is normal, that you have to negotiate your standards and preferences, and that you have to tolerate what violates your values and simple truth. And this is why my unpopular opinion about it shaped itself. I observed how forgiveness is promoted or granted, but words should not replace accountability, really. Your reaction should never be reframed instead of being met, and it should never appear before responsibility took place. That's simple. And the most important part, why I do not see forgiveness as a spiritual or any really need to embrace. Because I know in biology and psychology, even alchemy back me up on that real resolution works differently. Your nervous system needs accurate acknowledgement. Something like, this is what happened and this is how it felt. This is how it registered in my body. Acknowledgement and clarity first. That alone will reduce activation, simply because there is no longer internal conflict to sustain. And only after that, you will naturally stop resonating with that story or that person. Your body will feel no tension, no contraction, and the mind will literally stop looping or referring to old memories regarding that. And when it does, it really doesn't feel like wanting forgiveness, because it is needed only when there is unresolved resentment or some moral debt or self-blame or blame of others. This is when the nervous system actually still holding injury, which demands forgiveness as an act. But when something is fully seen, processed, and metabolized, there is not a single charge left, nothing to release and nothing to fix at all. It simply no longer lives in you because it has been discharged and transmuted, if you will. So forgiveness stops being your requirement, really, and becomes totally irrelevant to you. I noticed that instead you'll have clear recognition, which is often silent knowing. It can also appear as a formed boundary or as a quiet acknowledgement of what it shaped you as, just simply by viewing the energy that you emanate and give off. There is a sense of completion, and this is why forgiveness in most all cases becomes unnecessary, really. Because your body is not waiting for you to say, I forgive. It's waiting for truth, for acknowledgement, for resolution, not reconciliation or spiritualized closure. You know, life really over time teaches us to choose aligned presence over confusion, even if that confusion comes wrapped in performed kindness. So, this is my invitation for you to not romanticize withheld truth, to not tolerate reaction that's being moralized, and please do not use forgiveness instead of repair. Instead of should I forgive or seek forgiveness, let's all ask a more accurate question. Has my body actually resolved this? Because if it hasn't, no words or moral duty will do it for you. And if it has, you will not need performing or announcing forgiveness in the first place. You simply will no longer resonate with it. This is my little observation how forgiveness is oftentimes applied and promoted, actually, especially within spiritual communities, religious communities. Yeah, and I hope it really helped someone gain clarity regarding this subject. And perhaps you could view this from another lens. And really, this is an invitation for you guys to refer every lived experience to how your body feels, because this is where your state of consciousness resides, within your body. It inhabits your body. See you soon, my friend.